Hello, this is Andrea from Lacuna Coil, and you're watching CMS TV. Yeah!
That's low budget Metallica right here on your classic metal show.
Boy, that Dortmunder 73, his band really wasn't very good.
No, I'm fucking excited to see you guys play, dude. That, of course, was Gatlin. And that is old school Gatlin that is going to be playing my birthday party. Yeah!
That was old school Gatlin. Yeah. I'm allowed to make fun of my own vocal track.
So I'm allowed to make fun of it, too. So, But no, dude, I mean, seriously, and there's a truth to this, is I went out of my way to ask you, who has not been, I mean, Gatlin's been broke up now, what, 7-8 years at this point? I mean, I know you guys play shows here and there.
Actually,
but
our last show as an official band was December 10th of 2004. It was 2 days after Dime got shot, because our first show as APG, we did our Gatlin, like, see you later show
Right, sure.
on December 10th, and on December 11th, we went to Dayton to play our first show as APG,
Right.
and we stopped in Columbus and left some stuff at the El Rosa Villa.
Okay.
So
really,
days are kind of ingrained into my mind and stuff.
So Gatlin's been broke up for 8 years,
Yeah.
but you're willing to put the old school lineup back together for my fucking birthday.
Oh, dude, it's not willing. Dude, Mikey and Warren and Don and I, dude, we get off on playing those tunes, man.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
fucking fun as fuck. That's what the whole thing. The whole reason Gatlin was so cool is because like we're all friends with everybody.
Sure.
Like we can call up any lineup. Like, let's do this, and Dave Miller ain't gonna get pissed because we're not doing Gatlin I Steal. Steve and
Right.
Kenny aren't gonna go, oh, why not this lineup? Like, just we're friends with everybody. We do whatever the fuck we want. It's
Sure.
great, man.
Well, I know I'm excited to actually have that lineup play a show, because I mean that lineup hasn't played a show in what, 15 years?
No, 2009. See, this is why you should come to a
Well,
show.
I don't come, dude. I was under a little stress where I wasn't allowed to come to shows.
Dude, I have to say, the show I'm most proud of anything we ever did was the reunion show in '09, because we had every lineup. And
Okay.
we pulled it off, like the stage production itself, because what we did is we did 6 songs with the modern lineup.
Right.
Then we dropped the stage to black, did another intro CD. We swapped out drummers and shit. Dave Miller comes up, and then Warren comes up.
Okay.
We busted out 4 tunes from Gatlin I Steal,
Right.
dropped the stage to black. Dave and Mikey switched spots, and we jump up, and we did 4 songs from Forget Forever.
Okay.
Then we did 6 more after that. We dropped it again to black and brought the new lineup on again and did 6 more tunes. And then the encore.
See, you shouldn't drink so much.
Dude, no, seriously, I'm burping like crazy. No, but and then the encore was like, it was supposed to be like 3 tunes. We did end up doing 6. Like that lineup,
Nice.
that show, we literally played 3 hours, over
That's
3 hours.
awesome, dude.
And we packed it out. There was like, I think, paid attendance, I think Chris told me was like 600 or 700 people.
Okay.
And dude, and we, for an original band, like it didn't feel like any time had passed. The place is packed.
Right.
And we got off stage. We started like a little before 11.
Sure.
And it was almost 2 when we stopped playing. We didn't even realize how long, and no one left, man. It was fucking badass.
That's awesome.
But that's great. So that's, dude, when, and truth be told, you didn't ask Gatlin to play. I mean, let's tell the truth here. I was like, you were like, hey man, can Major League come out? And I said, fuck yeah. And I said,
Right.
honestly, like, you're friends with Mike. And like, if you want us to do a Gatlin thing, we can get that. And you're like, let's do it. So I'm like,
Sure.
and honestly, like, self-serving and, stroking myself, it was an exciting opportunity for me to fucking jump up with Warren and Mikey and Don again.
Well,
I love
sure.
playing those tunes, man. I wish we had Revenge. If we played Revenge, I love that fucking song.
Well, sure. And I mean, everybody will get to hear a good portion of what is probably my favorite record that you guys did, which was Forget Forever. Just because it was, I later on in you guys' career, you were looking for the record deal. So you changed the sound to get the record deal. But I mean, at that point, you guys just wanted to be a fucking balls out metal band. And
Yeah.
that's the lineup that I wanted. I mean, and again, I'll tell you the truth. It's a self-serving thing. I want to hear shit that I want to hear on my fucking birthday.
There's nothing wrong with that.
It's my first birthday party as an adult. Yeah, and that's the truth.
I have to defend one thing that you said, though. This is
Go ahead.
ironic, and this is a big, like, what people I say, like, oh, you guys changed the style to get a record deal. It's actually not what happened, because when we did Other Half and Walk Away, we had done the metal thing,
right?
And a bunch of people said, oh, you're stuck in the fucking, you're stuck in the 80s, you're a metal band.
Sure.
And Don and I and Mikey and War, we sat down, we're like, fuck this, man, we can write other shit,
right?
And we liked a lot of newer stuff. We're like, fuck this, let's write some new shit, see how it comes out. And we did it just to give people the finger, and it turned out to be popular, so we're like, fuck it, let's do it.
Well, Current's not a bad record. It just isn't the same as, I mean, you guys set one path with the first two records, and then you set a new path with Current.
Yeah.
And clearly the audience went with you. I mean, for people that are not from Cleveland, I mean, Gatlin was not like the little local band that played fucking in front of 100 people anywhere. I mean, everywhere you guys played, you did anywhere from, if you played a 300 person room, you filled it. If you played an 800 person room, you filled it.
Yeah.
If you played a 2,000 person room, you filled it.
The one thing I can always say is that, and people ask about it, like when I tell people what we did, like, honestly, we were kind of like one of the biggest bands in Cleveland.
Sure.
It's two different genres.
Right. Sure.
We were doing Forget Forever, man. Like you said, we packed it out, and then we changed, and the old school fan base left, but other people came in.
Right. The next generation.
Yeah. I mean, I'm always proud of that. And you were right. Like, we're trying to get a record deal, like the very latest years, like we did it almost by accident. Like, I'll never forget being on. We rented a tour bus to go to our showcase in New York City, and I'm sitting there with Don, being like, dude, we're not going to get signed. And he's like, I don't think so either. Like, we're going there to play for 15 major record companies. Right. We knew we weren't going to get signed, and I said the music's not good enough. And he said, I agree. And I always knew, though. I knew. For me, it was just, we had a discussion. Okay, when we go to do this thing in front of these record labels, should we ham it up and do the record label thing, or should we do what we do in Cleveland? Because we had literally over 30 people drive from Cleveland 8 hours to New York City to support us.
Right.
And my little brother came out. He was on the bus, and Don and I looked at each other and we said, fuck, man, the one thing we've always said is we've always done it our way. We kept some integrity. We're going to do exactly what we do in Cleveland. If we get signed, cool. If we don't, who gives a fuck? At least we know we didn't fucking sell out. And I got my little brother up on stage like we always did. So my little brother, when I showcased for 15 major record companies, which is like, I'm very proud of achieving that. I had my little brother on stage with me to do it. I didn't fucking go up there and be like, and try and do some corporate show.
Right.
We never sold out, man. I'm proud of what we did, and it was two different things, and I can see why people don't like the later stuff, but I'm proud of it.
Well,
man.
And I mean, I mean, people don't know this because it was something I never really talked about, but I think I was a pretty major player in a lot of what you guys were doing at that point, as far as trying to hook you up with the right people and the right, I mean, me and you had many drunken sit around drinking and talking for 6 or 7 hours.
Fucking A, man.
Do this and do that and do whatever. And, I was very, very involved at that time with your band, and really one of only two bands that I ever actually got involved with, the other being Spawn.
Yeah.
The thing that just sucked was right at the same time that you guys were hitting was when everything went to fucking Look at Your Shoes and Be Sad music.
Yeah.
It's really, you guys were like a year late on the showcase market.
If you think about it, though, think about it this way. Don and I look at it as the opposite. We are almost early, because when we did Forget Forever in 99, metal was the uncool thing.
Right.
And a few years later, all of a sudden, metal comes back. And when we did Current, like the modern rock kind of thing, it was like, oh, new metal fucking sucks. But then a couple years later, it was everything.
Right.
I mean, it was like, so we always look at it like, fuck, man. Like, we were never sure if we were hip or not, and we weren't, but yet later we're like, God damn it, this is exactly what we're doing.
I mean, yours was one of those many stories that was just a just miss.
Yeah.
It was the timing wasn't right for it, because clearly if you can put 3,000 people in a fucking place, or 800 people in a place, or any place that you're playing, clearly there's an audience that could be spread to other cities.
That's what we looked at. We sold out the Odeon 6 times, man.
Yeah, I mean,
that's 1,000 people. I mean, we did it 6 times on our own, selling tickets by hand.
Yeah.
It wasn't Ticketmaster or nothing. We fucking sold that thing out 6 times on our own.
And you did that with a crackhead drummer, so that's all good. What's up, Mikey? I see you in the chat room.
Yeah, that's right, Dortmunder 73. You won't respond to nothing, you fat turd.
But yeah, so Gatlin will be out on November the 10th for my little birthday party, CMS night out. Anybody that's in Cleveland, you better not be listening on the internet on November 10th, you fucks. You better be at the show. And everybody that's in fucking, I don't know, New Jersey or Maryland or wherever, you guys can listen on the internet because we're going to have fun. And Lord knows I'm expecting to have a fucking very drunken time.
Oh, yeah.
I have a feeling I will be obliterated drunk, but
considering you have Briscar, me, and Mikey, and that's not even saying who everybody else who's going to be plying you with liquor.
Yeah.
You're not even going to know that Gatlin played that night.
Yeah, I will.
I mean, you.
You know, Neely made a great point to me when I was in Chicago last week. He said to me, when him and I do shows, he's always amazed that he's like the guy that just sits at the board and he's keeping track of everything, keeping everything running, and I'm just fucking gone. You know, I'm in front of the stage, I'm on stage, I'm off stage, I'm hanging with bands, I'm taking pictures, I'm doing all that shit. Now I'm adding into that that it's my birthday party, and let's be honest, it's my divorce party, and it's fucking everything under the sun. You know, I mean, I'm getting divorced. That'll be like the 1 month anniversary of being single.
Hey, you. Why are you watching this with commercials? Go commercial free and unlock exclusive content. Become a VIP today on Locals, Substack, or Rumble Premium. Stop waiting.
So, you know, and
that's going to be a celebration.
And it's my birthday, and I'll have lost 110 pounds at that point. So there's going to be a lot of things to celebrate. So it's going to be a fucking real party. And
it's always been a real. We were just talking today. By the way, Mikey did finally post back. He said he made a very good point that we did Land of Confusion before Disturbed did.
Yeah.
And I will stand by the fact that our version is better than Disturbed.
Well, Disturbed's version stinks.
Ugh, dude,
not good.
Dude, we turned that little keyboard thing in the middle to a harmony guitar part. We had the whole crowd singing it. But no, Mikey apparently pissed him off because all of a sudden he busts out with "Eat My Rancid Socks, Dick Liquor." Warren 2. I said, I gave you props, you chubby fuckhead. He goes, my birthday too. Mikey, who the fuck knows when your birthday is? You never tell people, you fucking ass.
Nice. I'm looking for it. Dude, let me just tell a story that Mikey doesn't want me to tell, but I'll tell it anyway. So,
here we go, Mikey.
I guess 2 years ago it was now, or maybe last year. I don't remember. It was a year or two ago.
Wait a minute.
What do you say?
Demon just apparently Googled me.
Yeah.
It says, watches Jon Drake of APG/Gatlin, quote-unquote, fame, takes on the infamous Louisville Chugger. Also watch as he leaves his nuts unguarded and pays the price for it, and posts the link to me doing a Louisville Chugger getting blasted in the nuts.
Very nice. That's awesome.
That is fucking great. Anyway, continue.
So I take Mikey out to a corporate event, okay? It's a corporate golf tournament. And this is with a local city here's Chamber of Commerce, so it's every business person in the local. And I take Mikey. I don't know why. I don't know what I
exactly.
I don't know what I'm thinking about. But it's one of those events where you gotta kind of be cool. You know, you just kind of look.
And you brought Mikey.
And you know me. I love to drink as much as anybody. So, Lord knows if there's free alcohol, you know I can't fucking hesitate to grab it. But I needed to at this thing because I couldn't be a shit-faced asshole, right? Mikey, on the other hand, Mikey's hitting every fucking keg at every hole that has a keg at it.
By the way, speaking of, Mikey is Dortmunder73 in the chat room. For everybody in the chat right now, it's Dortmunder73.
Yeah, so say hello to Mike. So...
love you, Mikey. I love you, buddy.
So they have these girls that are driving around on golf carts selling beers. And Mikey is literally fucking swinging the club over his head, running down after the girls to get their attention. I'm here and I want beer. I'm here. Bring me fucking beer. Mikey is running these chicks down nonstop. So just to get a beer at every fucking hole. So it's like, all right, that's cool. You know, he's having fun. And I mean, that's ultimately the goal that day is just to have fun. It doesn't matter. I mean, certainly none of us were keeping golf scores to see who was the best golfer.
That'd be something I would do.
Well, so we get later in the day, and all of a sudden, Mikey, who's been golfing fairly decently, all of a sudden everything starts going into the woods. And so
it's getting stoned.
So Mikey runs off into the woods. Mikey runs off into the woods, and he's gone for fucking 25 minutes at a time. It's like, where the fuck is Mike? And then he comes back with that fucking sweet cherry smell. and he's like, dude, this is the best fucking golf tournament.
Dude, he is such a fuck up, man. I love him.
He loves that fucking weed.
Oh, he is the best, man.
But it was a totally great time that him and I had on that fucking golf course. But yeah, he had a much better time than me, obviously.
Dude, Mikey did that shit all the time.
I know.
He's fucking so off the chain. It's not even funny.
He lives to have fun.
Dude,
there's no other way around it. Mikey lives to have fun.
He's got life down to a science. I tell you, dude. There was he actually with his ex-girlfriend Jen. By the way, I need the password. I accidentally clicked off the wrong internet link. So
well, I'm not going to say it on the air.
Oh wait, I remember it. Never mind.
It starts with a 10, but I'm not going to tell
exactly.
you.
Exactly. Like I said, I remember it. Anyways, his ex-girlfriend Jen, like, I forget what the fuck we were talking about, but he ends up telling me he's got like a sex video of him and his ex.
Ooh,
and he's like, "You want to borrow it?" I said, "Yeah." I forget with some kind of trade
in
or
a bar.
Something. No, dude. He gives me this tape. So I'm like, out of morbid curiosity, I was like, "All right." So I'm sitting there, I put it in, and sure enough, I'm watching my drummer fuck his girlfriend, and I'm like, "What am I watching? Like, what is this?"
All right, but did he perform?
I think so.
Well, you watched it.
Yeah, but you don't like. I wasn't critiquing it because the whole time you're sitting. Don't forget, I was spending like 4 or 5 days a week with the dude,
yeah.
and at that point, when you're spending that much time with somebody, and then you're watching them fuck.
See,
no! And all of a sudden, I'm in my mind. I'm trying to pay attention, but my mind's going, "Dude, that's your friend. Dude, that's your friend. Dude, that's your friend. Dude, that's your friend." Like it was fucking. You couldn't get past the fact you knew the dude fucking. Like,
let's go the other way then. Did Jen perform?
I think so. I remember that he had her totally spread eagle, like fucking, yeah. By the way, Demon, yes, fame. There is no fame. That's why they put it in quotes, man. So, but dude, he had her up in the he had her by the ankles, like up in the air. Like you could tell Mikey was performing for the camera, but it was just. I'm sitting there like, I mean, it was so surreal, man.
Oh God,
it was so fucking surreal.
Yeah, well, Mikey, if you want to send that video so we can post it.
Well, I showed you a video, obviously, a couple of days ago, so, you know.
And somebody else can perform, that's for sure.
Oh, boy.
By the way, did she respond to my trade or no?
She said, "I can't do that. I already learned my lesson about fucking people from Cleveland."
Jesus, I'm not from Cleveland. Write her back. I'm not from Cleveland.
I said, so she says, "So anyway, back to your cock. Oh, we weren't talking about it. Let's start."
Oh,
she's a dirty girl, man.
I like me some Steph.
She's a dirty girl.
I like me some Steph.
She is a dirty girl.
But she's not willing to blow me for fucking Miles' phone number.
Well, that's because certain things that, you know.
All right. Here's what I want you to text her right now. You ready? Ready?
Okay.
Get your text open.
All right.
I want you to text her.
From Akin. Hold on.
Right. All right. Yeah, put from Akin.
From Akin. Hold on. Live on air.
Yeah. That's fine. Go ahead.
Okay.
All right. 310.
Uh-oh.
Dash 5 XX dash XXXX space.
Okay.
Do you reconsider?
What does that mean?
That's the first 4 numbers of Miles' phone number.
This is fucking great.
Yes, folks, I'm trying to get a blowjob on the air.
boy. Dude, she's going to hate me for this. And the best part about her hating me about this, I'm still going to fuck her next weekend.
Oh, my God.
Oh, boy. Dude, thank God she's fucking so cool because I'm making her radio fodder. And she's not going to care.
And that is the truth of it is I love Steph. I've only met her one time in person, but she was like the fucking coolest fucking hang of anybody.
She's the all-time, dude. She may be an ex because we can't communicate for shit, but that woman is fucking something else.
Yeah.
I got crazy respect for her, man. I really do.
So do I, for her tits. All right. Well, before we played some Gatlin, we did do some. We played a sort of a double shot of Phil Anselmo with Down and Pantera, and you were asking me about Philip, and of the Pantera guys, Philip was always the guy that I knew the best. I mean, I certainly know Dime and Vince and that cocksucker Rex, but
by the way, real quick, just since I never get to do this on the radio, fucking Dimebag, 2 seconds. Fucking Dimebag, man.
He was the shit,
all time. Love that guy. Met him once, and he was so fucking sweet. And all the stories I've heard from anybody.
He was great.
Magazines you read stories is one thing, but from especially like you and
Yeah.
everybody, dude, that guy fucking is the all time.
Well, I mean, and I knew Dime very, very well. Dime and Vince, I did the very last interview in Cleveland that he ever did.
Aren't we like 20 feet from the place where you guys had a barbecue?
Yeah.
Your backyard?
Mm-hmm.
There it is.
Dime was here. Vince was here. Philip was here at one point. Dude, I've had a lot of fucking... The next guitar player from Pantera, Mr. Zach Wilde has been here several times.
Oh, man, dude, see...
So, yeah, I certainly know these guys well, but Philip was always kind of my guy, and...
Keep talking. I'm going to go take a piss.
Go ahead.
Get some more wine?
No, I'm good. But
You're getting more wine.
All right. There's not much more to get, but go ahead. But no, the story I was meaning to tell, and I'll go ahead and tell it while he's walking away. But Philip, there was a time, and most of you probably don't know this, but I got pretty hurt pretty bad in an industrial accident in '94, and I got burned up really fucking good in a fucking steel mill. And I was in the hospital for a while, and what ended up happening when I was in the hospital was Pantera played this gig. And my buddy Scott comes up, and he's like, he comes to the hospital one day after I woke up from the coma and shit, and he's like, dude, you're going to be fucking pissed, but Pantera's going to be coming to town. So I was like, well, go get some fucking tickets, dude. And so my friend Scott's like, nah, dude, you're not going to be out of the hospital in time. The show's in April. It's already fucking January. They're talking about you're going to be in this hospital for 8 months and blah, blah, blah. So I start screaming at my friend Scott. I'm like, you better go get me some fucking tickets, man. You better get me some fucking tickets to this fucking show. So my friend Scott just fucking placates me, and he's like, all right, dude, fine, I'll get you some tickets. So, long story short, he gets me some tickets, and we put them up in my hospital bed, or on the corkboard in front of my hospital bed. We put these tickets on the wall, and I fought like a motherfucker to go to this fucking Pantera show, and I was sick as fuck, and damn near dead, and bleeding everywhere and everything, because I was still fucking a mess. But I went to this fucking Pantera show. And I sat, and my buddies all sat around me to make sure nobody would touch me, because I was damn near dead. But I went to this Pantera show. It was at Rhodes Arena in Akron, and
really,
yeah, and it was for
it would have been what the not the Vulgar tour, but it was the
it was them, Neurosis, and Clutch.
What year?
95.
Okay, so that would have been Far Beyond Driven,
yeah,
or Great Southern Trendkill.
Yeah, it was one of those. I don't remember.
Trendkill was 96, so it would have been the end of the...
For me, it was just about the fact that I was fucking damn near dead, but I was there, and it was an accomplishment. And I was very, very still hurt very badly. But I went, and, somehow, some way, Philip got heard about that I went. Because and in fairness, it was covered in the Akron Beacon Journal and the Plain Dealer and blah, blah, blah. Mm. But I went to this show, and somehow Philip heard about it. So one day, 4 months later or whatnot, in like August, September or something, I get this phone call. And it's Phil Anselmo calling me at my house. Now, I don't know Phil. This is before I was even in the media.
Uh-huh.
And Phil was like, yeah, I heard about your story, brother, and that's fucking cool that you know, Pantera played a little part of this, getting you healthy. And I was just fucking blown away. I was like, wow, fucking Phil Anselmo heard about me. And I struck up a friendship with Philip. And, you know, him and I, you know, we corresponded on the phone from time to time through the next, 10 years.
Uh-huh.
You know, and one of the things Philip did was the first time I talked to him, he told me about his fucking housecore shows and his haunted house and whatnot. And he was like, dude, as soon as you're healthy, man, I'm going to fly you down here to come to the haunted house. And I was like, oh, that's so fucking cool. And for like the next 5 years, Philip mailed me tickets, like plane tickets and you know, come down and, you know, invites to come to the, you know, the first day party and everything that they would have after the first night of the haunted house. So, you know, I got to really know Philip really well, and I got to admit, man, because I know Phil pretty well, and I certainly, I mean, him and I have fallen a little bit out of touch because he's, you know, kind of stopped dealing with a lot of shit because he got beat up so bad after Dimebag got killed. You know, he kind of separated. But I still talk to him. I talked to him maybe a year ago was the last time I did talk to him. Still a great dude. I always hated that he got what he got from the Dimebag thing. I mean, certainly he said some dumb shit.
I think it was just the fact that the timing of his last interview was just...
It's more than that. I mean, there was some really bad blood between him and Dime and Vince.
But I think it's just when that whole thing came out about, like, he deserves a fucking bullet to the head or something, or whatever the fuck he said.
That's
like,
part of it. That's part of it.
I think it was time. And with him, like,
timing,
he did say a lot of bad shit, but I
right.
think it was the particular timing about a specific comment.
There's more than
what
that,
happened
dude.
with Dimebag
Dude,
is like...
Dude, I can only tell you what I know of Vince. And I know Vince pretty good. And Vinnie...
Joe said we're in mono suddenly, by the way, real
Well,
quick.
whatever. Deal with it. I'm drunk. You're getting what you get. But
We're trying, Joe.
the thing I know most about Vinnie is if it was some dumb quote in the media, Vinnie would not have this stance of I'll never talk to this fucker again.
Well, yeah.
There were some comments made to each other that caused this rift that, you know, once Dimebag got killed, they're not getting past. Because clearly it's been enough time, and look, there's never enough time. Look, I'm wearing a fucking Dimebag hat right now.
Right, yeah.
You know,
Get your pull.
I mean, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But Dime, whatever went down between Vince and Dime and Phil is deeper than that. But it's not some fucking media bullshit. That's just what they put out there, and they leave it out there because they don't want to talk about whatever really went down.
Yeah. Got to give them respect for that, by the way.
No,
if
you
don't.
don't.
If there's true dirty laundry, like you're saying, at least they're not throwing it out there.
But you know what? In a way, I wish they would, because if they would, they'd get over it. The fact that they're fucking...
What point would it serve?
What it would serve is at least if it was out there for real, then they've got the pressure of everybody else fucking... There's a certain amount of pressure that would come from the media because they were such a big band and so many people want that fucking reunion and whatnot. And most people, by leaving it a mystery, it leaves it a fucking mystery where people guess. And so much of even what I read, and I know more than most, and I won't talk about what I do know versus what I don't, because that's a fucking conversation that I've had with both Philip and with Vinnie that I won't share. But
well, and then here it goes. You want to be a controversial radio guy like you always are.
But
so you're playing into it then.
I'm not playing into it because
yeah, you are, because
no,
you know something about the why they're pissed at each other, and you're not going to talk about it.
And that's out of a confidence and a friendship.
Well,
I can't do it. I can't do it. And believe me when I tell you, I'm not the only person on the planet that knows some of the real world shit. And I'll say this without getting too much into it. It has a lot to do with what Vince feels are false accusations about certain drug use and certain creative issues. I'll tell you off the air, but there were certain creative things that Philip called out one-on-one to those guys that just fucking was like, wait a minute, motherfucker. We fucking gave you a career and you're shitting on us. And there's validity to that. And
MOL, I couldn't agree with you more. He says, I do want them to have peace or friendship again.
Your daily metal fix is on Rumble. Watch the Classic Metal Show episodes free or go commercial free with a premium subscription. Find your Classic Metal Show now at rumble.com/c/CMS, rumble.com/c/CMS.
Dude, it doesn't. You're never going to have Pantera back, which actually leads to an interesting question. But finish your story because I got a question for you.
No, I mean that's the basics of the story. Is that there's things that happened that were not what the media reports. It's not that fucking interview in Revolver. They're not the source of their anger. The source of Vince's anger, where he will not talk to Philip, has so little to do with the Revolver interview. And
really?
and the fact that it wasn't the Revolver interview and that it was more is why fucking Dimebag's ex, or not ex, but
Rita Haney, yeah.
Rita, is why she looked past it now and is now okay with Phil, because Philip has talked to her one-on-one about these issues that they all had together.
So apparently, like he
worked it out with her, but Vince won't even take the phone call.
Man,
that's how I understand it, and it sucks. But at the same time, I get it. I get it. I mean, Vince watched his fucking brother take a bullet in the skull right in front of him.
I can't even imagine, dude. I don't cry a lot about people I don't know.
Sure.
I'm an animal fan, as you know. I give much more of a shit about animals than people. I'm on the board of directors of a special needs animal shelter, but when I found out what happened to Dime, I still get kind of tore up about it. And for me, I think maybe it has to do because Dimebag, and you met him and you know Don.
Right, sure.
Don's in Gatlin. He's one of the sweetest human beings you'll ever meet. Like,
sure.
You know Dimebag is so much like Don. Like, they have very similar personality. Very,
right.
You love him when you meet him kind of thing. So maybe it hit more home for me.
Well, yeah.
But that, like you said, like to watch your and especially me having AJ, you know how close I am to my little brother.
Right, sure.
You watch your fucking brother get blown away right in front of you.
Yeah,
like,
watch
what
his head come off.
Yeah.
I was like, whew. It's tragic. I mean, it certainly is tragic. There's nobody that's ever going to argue that the way Dimebag went out. In a way, it's tragic. In a way, it's fucking right. And I hate to be the one. I hate to be the one that says that. But
no.
If Dimebag could have picked a way to go out, it would have been fucking where he didn't know what happened and he was playing guitar when it happened.
Dude, I have in my family, I had an Uncle Bill who's like actually was a great uncle.
Sure.
But the dude, like all my Italian family are huge golfers and stuff. And he had a foursome with my grandfather and my uncle, my great uncle Bill, and then one of my other family members, and they would golf constantly. And he passed away walking up to like the sixth green. He had a massive heart attack on the golf course.
Right.
Croak. He's done. Like, and that's so I agree with you. I mean, it's tragic, but also by the same token, like if dude's gonna go, that's exactly the way you would want it to fucking happen.
Right. There's somewhat of a bittersweetness to Dimebag dying on stage versus fucking having a stroke in his house or whatever.
Which would have happened with that.
Well, it might have, the way that fucking guy used to drink and whatnot.
Right.
But you asked me off air about Dime Vision and the fact that I was in fucking Pantera 3 and. And this is one of the stories I've really never told because the video's not out, but I was actually sent some release forms for Dime Vision 2, which I don't know where that stands. I did sign them, because I don't want any money off of it, and I don't give a fuck. But you asked me what I had actually done to be in Dime Vision 2, and it's a funny story. We did this interview with Damage Plan. It was really me. It wasn't we. I mean, it was for the metal show, but I did the interview with Dime, Vince, Bob, and Pat. And literally the way it was set up was those guys were sitting on stools, and since I'm a big fat bastard at the time, they got me sitting on top of a big fucking amp. And Dimebag was enamored with the fact that I was sitting on this amp. It's just a big old amp. And he's like, dude, that's quite a fucking chair you got there, brother. He's fucking with me, and I'm fucking with him right back, right? So we do the interview, and the interview was anything but pleasant because I was fucking brutal with these guys. And I literally pulled out a piece of paper and I read them back word for word what Philip had said about them, about how they were shallow songwriters and this and that only a month before. So I pissed Vinny and Dime off to no end. And I mean, they know me, so I had a little bit of leeway.
Yep.
Where I could take it that extra mile, and you know me good enough to know if I can, I will.
Oh yeah.
So I did, and we had this really contentious interview. I mean, it was really tense, and even Wardlaw and
was that the one at the studio with Billy?
Yeah.
Like Billy's studio? Okay.
Yeah, and Wardlaw at the end of it, he comes over, he's like, dude, what the fuck is wrong with you? What?
Steve Jackson goes, what scene is Chris in on the Pantera 3 vid? And everyone's talking. He goes, Chris was that guy dressed up like the Hulk tearing shit up.
I'm just in the background for a second of one of the fucking backstage things. It's literally, look, it's one of those things that I'm literally just there for a second. If you watch it real close, you'll see it. But
at least you're not on the DVD lying about what cities you've seen a band.
No,
so.
not
not like me in the Dream Theater one.
Not at all. But
anyways,
no. So at the end of the interview, Dimebag comes up to me and he's like, dude, that was pretty fucking harsh. And I was like, dude, I got to do my job too, bro. And he's like, yeah, that's cool, man. Nobody's fucking got the balls to ever ask anything about Philip, and nobody's got the balls to just let us fucking say what we got to say. Everybody lets Philip say what he's got to say, but nobody lets us say it. And I did. I mean, I really did. I certainly poked him with the stick.
Yeah.
But at the same time, then I shut the fuck up and I let them say their piece, and I questioned it. I made them prove the validity to what they were saying, and they did. And I mean, it was you remember that interview? That was a hardcore interview.
Fucking A.
But so Dimebag though was Dimebag, and he had his fucking camera with him. He had one of those little handheld cameras with him, and he hands it to Vince. And he walks all the way to the other end, and the lava room, for people that don't know, which is where we did the thing. This was one big-ass open room. It was about the size of a gym, a small gym.
It's actually the live room for drums, and it was all wooden floors,
right.
And everything was made to echo, so you get an old-school classic drum sound.
Right.
Huge
but,
room.
But, I mean, as far as literal width and length, it's about as big as a small gymnasium. I mean, it's literally as big as a basketball court.
Yeah.
So Dime goes walking all the way to the other end of the place, and he finds another fucking amp as big as the one I had been sitting on, and he drags it all the way across the room. He drags it right up to this fucking, right next to the speaker I was sitting on, and he hands the camera to Vince, and he climbs up on top of the amp, and he's standing there on the amp, and he's like, come on, big brother, get up on this amp with me. And I'm like, all right. So, meanwhile, I'm dressed in fucking, because I came straight from work, so I'm wearing a fucking, dress shirt and fucking slacks and whatnot, and Dime's in, cut-off shorts and a fucking T-shirt.
Right.
And so he gets up on the speaker, and I get up on the speaker, and he's like, all right, dude, we're going to do some fucking Karate Kid kicks. And I'm like, what?
The crane kick?
Yeah. So that's what he does. He gets me and him are fucking poised at each other, fucking Karate Kid crane style. And Dimebag's like, I'm going to count to 3, and you better kick me in the fucking chest, because I'm going to kick you in the fucking chest. And I was like, okay. So he goes, 1, 2, 3, and at the same time we both kicked the fuck out of each other, and we both thumped these fucking big ass amps over, kaboom, and we both fall on the fucking floor, and it was funny as shit. We were fucking laughing our goddamn asses off, and that's what
ever like a broken bone or like ripped muscle of some kind, like
dude, it could have been, because I mean we just fucking both collapsed down, and we were laughing so fucking hard, man. But it was just that was him, dude. He was fucking. He didn't give a fuck about getting hurt, or I mean, you know, he had to go and play in a day or two, and he didn't care. He was just fucking. He was like, "I'm gonna fucking kick Big Boy in the fucking face." You know?
Dude, to this day, man, all my buddies and I, like right around December 8th, we get together and we just put in the fucking Pantera home video. We get a couple bottles of Crown, or Seagram 7, actually, we do, because we're broke fuckers. But it all makes it's all, you know, it ain't candy, don't sip it. You know, like AJ and I can quote the Pantera home videos, and we just get together and we get fucked up on Blacktooth Grins, and we watch the Pantera home videos to celebrate the fucking dude. I mean, he's the all-time, like, coming from a musician standpoint, like, we were talking about Dime Vision, the very last scene in Dime Vision when he's in the bathroom, like, holding the camera up, just talking about music, and like he's talking about Black Sabbath, and you got to bend that note, like they're battling, like, dude, the guy just got it. Like as a musician, he got it. As a human being, he got it. He's one of those good people.
Sure,
he's just one of the best, man. It's like I always love hearing your Pantera stories, dude, because he's like so cool.
He was so cool, dude. And I'll tell you, December 8th every year. I mean, I go in different phases where some years I won't listen to any Pantera because it really bums me out. And then there's other years where I'll listen to a lot of Pantera, but I every single year since he's died, I've listened to Planet Caravan. You know, and it's not so much about the song, because I'll be honest, I don't really dig that song that much by them.
Well,
I don't dig
theirs.
I know it's
Sabbath.
A cover, but I listen to it because I know that was what that guy was about. I mean, he did. I guarantee you that when that song came up, when they were looking for a cover to do or something to fucking round out the record, that came out of his head. Yeah. Because he was that guy. He was the Black Sabbath, Kiss, fucking
Van
Motley
Halen.
Crue, Van Halen guy. That was Dime, and it's not Philip, it's not Vince, and it's not Rex. That kind of shit was always him. And that's why I always kind of lean toward that. And no matter what, you know, if I'm not listening to Pantera at all during the day, the last thing I'll do that day is I'll play Planet Caravan, and I'll just think about the fucking, you know, I'm one of the few very lucky guys on this planet, and I'm sure there's more than just me, but, you know, I'm one of the very few that wasn't necessarily a friend, but actually has some very cool memories
Personal
of this
knowledge.
guy as a friendly type of a person.
Yeah.
And it's still very hard. I mean, I don't know if you ever actually watched the video of him getting shot or whatnot. I have, and it's fucking very sad to watch somebody that you considered, you know, somebody sort of not close to you, but definitely. Dime would come into town, and I know you know this with me. Dime would come into town. He knew me. Yep. It wasn't. Oh yeah, I did an interview with you. It was, hey brother.
It's exactly what we talked about Eddie Van Halen. He's not a rock star. He's a musician.
Right, and
he's a fucking person.
Right, and
you know,
and
down
I mean,
to earth.
Dime was a good one, and it really was difficult to accept that he fucking got killed. You know,
I still have a problem with it.
I still, dude. I remember the day he got killed, and fucking, I ended up doing a thing on Rover's Morning Glory here as a local shitbag fucking morning
Rover's
show.
a fucking cocksucker, and I'd like to punch Dieter in his face.
Yeah.
Put that on the line, so that fucking muscle-bound cock.
I don't like either of those two either. But
Dieter's a fucking
I love
fake.
Bougie to death, but that's a whole nother issue. She's super nice.
The whole show's bullshit. I can tell you a story about that related to Angie, but anyway.
Yeah. Oh, I know the whole show's bullshit, but
it's more bullshit than you even know, I think.
I don't think so. I had lots of problems with those guys, but it doesn't matter.
Anyways,
they had me on because they knew I did the last interview and I had the audio, and they had the audio at the studio, and they were playing some of the audio, and I fucking called, and I was like, "Don't play my audio." You know, I called up immediately when I heard it in the car. I was like, don't play my fucking audio. You know, and so they asked me to come on and talk about it, and I did, and it was such a fucking sick cliche of what the guy was. that I didn't want to be any part of it. And I actually called him out on the air about, I was like, you guys didn't fucking know this guy, you know, don't fucking pretend that you did, because you're running clips of me talking to him.
Yep.
Don't play that game like we're all one big happy family, you know. I knew this guy. This was my dude, you know, and it just, I don't know, and it still bugs me. That still bugs me, you know, fucking 8 years later that they did that. So I don't know. I miss Dime to Tears. I miss Pantera.
Yeah.
I miss every 2 years having a fucking good or bad. I mean, and let's be honest, Pantera played some fucking crummy shows from time to time too.
Well, you might have known that more than me. I always looked at it as, I mean, it's always like when they say, you know, sex is like pizza. Even when it's bad, it's good. Like, and a bad Pantera show was still a good Pantera show.
I disagree. I mean, I saw him. I saw Pantera 32 times. I know how many times I saw them, and I saw them everywhere, anywhere I could see them. I used to see them when I lived in California before they were even known. You know, before Cowboys from Hell came out, they used to open for bands like Road Crew, which was Davey Vane and fucking Steven Adler's band.
Jesus.
You know, I mean, they would play any gig to play, and they were good. I mean, they were so good, but that was in the transition time when they were transitioning from fucking Rob Halford band to Pantera.
Yeah, right.
You know, so I would see
Projects in the Jungle or whatever it was.
And they would play some songs in the middle of the set. You'd be like, this isn't, you know, you'd be listening to a lot of this shit and it'd be like PST 88 and shit like that.
Yeah.
And it's like all, wah! You know, Philip just going crazy with the high vocals. And all of a sudden and then all of a sudden they'd mix in like The Art of Shred, and you'd be like, holy fuck.
Yeah.
That's fucking what I want to hear.
Yeah, right.
And then they'd come right back and do a fucking Priest cover or something. You'd be like, what the hell? You know, I mean, that was how they were. But I'm one of those guys that had the fucking rare opportunity where I was in the right place at the right time to really see that man develop out of being a hair band. So good stuff with Pantera, man. I mean, I have nothing but good memories of those guys, and I still, you know, I think I interviewed Vince maybe 2 years ago was the last time I did for one of his fucking god awful Hell Yeah records.
Yeah, at least that new one finally is.
Yeah, it's shit.
It's shit, but
it's better shit.
It's better, yeah.
It's shit without the peanuts.
It's like when you exactly. It's when you have the runs and when your poop finally solidifies.
Right.
You're like, well, I'm shitting, but at least it's not water.
Exactly. So, but I have nothing but love for the Pantera guys, and they obviously, as far as celebrity relationships that I have, were clearly the closest of any that I've had. I mean, Philip especially, great dude, way misunderstood dude. You know, I've had chances to interview Philip where he was stoned, where he was trashed, and where he was sober, and he's always a very genuine dude. Even when he's fucking stoned out of his gourd, he's still fucking such a nice cat.
You got to respect that, man.
Yeah, but, you know, and he gets shit on because he's honest. And that's the real problem that I've always had with fucking... People shit on him because he's honest, but if you really look at what he says, he's never one to really bag on any... Even in the worst days when he was a total junkie, he was never one to really shit on people. I mean, shit on Metallica a lot live on stage.
They deserved it, for
They
fuck's
did deserve
sake.
it, but at the same time...
And he actually backtracked on that one, which I couldn't believe.
Well, he did, but I mean... If you look at it, it was the kind of rivalry you want to have when you're pushing the biggest band in the world to be the biggest band in the metal world. You're supposed to have somewhat of a rivalry, and you're supposed to talk shit about each other. That's sort of normal.
He tore them up, man. It was great.
I know it was great because they earned it. And
you know, speaking of, since we're talking about like Pantera and stuff like that. I love Pantera, and like I said, my thing every year, you play Planet Caravan, I play the heaviest shit ever.
Sure, like Suicide 2 or something.
Oh, dude, it's like you know, I understand where you come from on your outlook, but I like to think that Dime's looking down, and you don't want people being sad. He wants you to fucking crank it up. I drink his drink, and I play the heaviest fucking shit I can, and if I don't have that in, then we're playing Van Halen, we're doing all the stuff that he likes, you know?
But
and
the interesting thing, though, he was not the heaviest
Well, yeah.
He was not into the heaviest music.
But he's also, I think you can agree with this, knowing him, and I don't know him, you knew him.
Right.
That he would not be up there going, oh, play some sad shit for me.
No, no.
He wants you to fucking go, man.
He wouldn't be, but I mean... Yeah.
But that's why we play Van Halen. We do Judas Priest.
Yeah.
We do all the stuff that he's into that I'm into, like the new Slash record.
Right.
Perfect. You fucking watch some Dime Vision, put in Slash, this dude's throwing down, you know?
Right.
So, since we've been talking about it, this is always an interesting question to me. And it'll probably spark a big debate. I'm not sure what side of the fence I'm on with this.
Okay.
That's why Mikey would be great to discuss this.
Okay.
If Pantera were to do a reunion with Zakk Wylde on guitar, would you be for it or against it?
Me, I'd be for it.
Get more metal in your inbox. The Classic Metal Show is on Substack. Listen or watch for free or subscribe for VIP exclusive content. Find us at cmspn.substack.com.
See, I'm not sure. I would love it on one hand, and on the other hand, it's almost like let it go. And I think the part of me that says let it go is only because I think people crap on Zakk Wylde so bad for no fucking reason. By the way,
right.
If by the way, anybody who's listening, if you fucking rip on Zakk Wylde and you think he's a fucking sucky guitar player, you're a fucking faggot and go die. But anyways, dude, like. There's only one way to do it, and that would be with Zakk on fucking guitar.
I mean, Zakk was his brother. I mean, maybe not on blood, but he was. I mean, that was his brother in music and comparable skills. I mean, certainly, and
Dime was better.
Dime was better, but they're very close.
Close, but Dime had a certain feel that Zakk didn't quite have.
Well, Zakk came up out of a different element. I mean. Dimebag established.
AOR said he's got to do it with Zakk.
Dimebag took his skills and established a sound that was unique to Dimebag. Zakk adapted his skills to a sound that fucking worked in Ozzy, and that's Zakk. I mean, even in Black Label Society, he still does the fucking pinch harmonics all
Everyone
over the place.
Bitches. I don't see why that's a problem.
I don't have a problem with it. But
I get so pissed when people bitch about that. Like everyone's got their signature thing. That's his thing. Like
what I'm saying though is Zakk did not have a signature sound. He still doesn't. And you know,
I disagree with you on.
I mean, you could tell a Zakk note from a Zakk note. From anybody else, but at the same time, what Zakk has established is he took what fucking Randy Rhoads and Jakey Lee and fucking every guitar player that's ever played with Ozzy, he made it a little heavier, but he still built his career on somebody else's sound. Where Dimebag adapted his sound to, he started doing what everybody else was doing in the 80s, and he created a sound that every other fucking player for 10 years tried to emulate. And that's the difference.
I agree with you on that, but I think Zakk Wylde has a signature enough fucking sound that he's done that now too.
I disagree.
I would disagree with you because, and this might be musician speak.
Right.
Zakk Wylde has always said like he was in talks to design his own Marshall amp.
Sure.
That only had 3 knobs because he has said for years that what he does with his Marshalls, Marshalls has like 12, 13 knobs, takes them all, runs it every bit of it to 10. Doesn't matter what the fuck happens to it. It's almost like Eddie Van Halen used to do.
Sure.
And he just runs it to 10 and fucking starts blazing. And the Marshall Zakk Wylde model was supposed to have 3 knobs, like volume and 2 other fucking things. The guy has his own signature sound.
He does, but at the same time, I'll point to one specific album, Osmosis, and there's 4 tunes on there. It's a shit album. But if you listen to that album, there's 4 songs by Zakk. There's, I think, 5 songs or 6 songs by Joe Holmes. And I forget who the other guy that played. I don't think he's credited. So I think they're all credited to Holmes, but there's like another guy that played like 1 or 2 songs on that one too. And the guitar, and I'm only talking about the guitar, is fairly standard throughout, which is because Zakk's sound is fairly standard to the Ozzy experience.
He already had his own signature sound. If you listen,
No, he didn't.
Fuck you. Are you kidding me? Listen to you. You already said, we already argued about this. My favorite. By the way, I'm sure everybody listening is going to crap on both of us for this, but my favorite Ozzy record is Ultimate Sin.
Right.
Yours is fucking No Rest for the
No
Wicked,
Rest, right.
dude. That guitar sound on No Rest for the Wicked was fucking as signature as it gets. No one ever sounded like that.
He's not that different from Jake.
You're insane.
He's not that different from Jake.
You're
at that
insane.
Point, at that point,
You're
I think
insane.
No More Tears is where he really established his sound. I mean, he was trying to.
Not even true. If you're talking about, okay, here's what. Okay, I'm talking about like sound coming out of the amplifier.
Yeah.
Maybe you could say that, but dude, no. Zach Wilde was signature as soon as you come up with fucking
I'm not saying,
Miracle Man.
But I'm not saying that he's fucking. I'm not saying that he doesn't have his own piece. What I'm saying is that his sound was developed off of the back of Jake and of Randy and of fucking Craig Goldie and all those other guys that were in there before. They all sort of developed the sound. And while Zach has his own flavor to that sound, he still played the same type of sound. But where Dimebag never, you listen to a Dimebag song from Cowboys from Hell through fucking Reinventing the Steel. If you listen to any song on any of those things, that is a sound that's unique to him.
Well, how about
no one has ever done anything like that.
Think about when he threw those solos down on the Anthrax records, dude. You knew, like,
Of course,
no one,
immediately.
you never had to ask what song Dime was on.
And
as soon as that solo ripped, you're like, dude, that's fucking Dime.
And
dude.
meanwhile, how many people distinguished Zach Wilde when he played on the Britney Fox record? Exactly nobody.
True.
So Zach did not.
But here's the thing: no one listens to Britney Fox, and the fact that you know Britney Fox makes you a fucking straight fag.
Okay, whatever. I don't care what you say.
Well, you should care because Britney Fox, knowing a Britney Fox
First
record
of all,
makes you gay. Girl School was the one good
No,
tune.
I'm not talking about those fucking records. I'm talking the one when they got the new singer that was a much heavier sound.
Who cares?
That was
it's
good
Girl
shit.
School.
No, it's
Shut
not
up.
Girl School.
Shut up. Seriously. By the way, I could still see the bruise on your fucking chin from a last dude's nuts.
From
you
the
blew.
nuts on my chin.
Fuck you.
I'm right. You're wrong. That's
No,
okay.
oh yeah, sure. Because Girl School, like, and Britney Fox, yeah, that's a band you really want to fucking like tie your fucking horse to, whatever the fuck that.
I'm not tying my horse to it. What I'm saying is that Zach Wilde and his quote-unquote signature sound could go unnoticed on a fucking shit band like Britney Fox. That's my point.
No.
You can't. You made the point that when you hear one note of Dimebag on an Anthrax record, you know it's Dimebag.
But you
And
know
I'm
it
thinking
with Zach Wilde too.
But
listen to that fucking song, "Porn Star Dancing," whatever it is.
I know.
You know it's Zach Wilde, dude. That solo kicks in. You're
I
like,
don't know.
that's fucking Zach Wilde.
We'll just agree that I'm right and you're wrong.
Oh Jesus. Here we go, please.
All right, we've been talking a while. Let's
Who
play
cares?
some
People
fucking-
are into it. Fucking dude, who cares?
I don't care.
Fuck it. We're gonna keep talking. I don't
All right,
give a
what do
shit.
you want to talk about?
We're gonna keep talking about this.
All right.
By the way, here's a Dime story. I don't know if you know, but it was published publicly.
All right.
But it was. Did you hear about the one that it was in the Dimebag Memorial issue
No.
about him?
Memorial issue
and,
of what?
Guitar World.
Okay.
He this is like Dime's a good dude. And Amy, you rock, baby. By the way, AOR brought up a great point. Zach in the movie Rockstar.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Oh, he's great.
Oh man. But
Dude,
anyways,
let's be clear about one thing real quick, because everybody probably thinks that now I'm shitting on Zach.
no, everyone thinks you're gay and you take loads from
Zach
dudes.
is a fucking great friend to me. Zach is my son's fucking godfather.
Very true.
Zach sent my son a fucking $10,000 custom Epiphone when he was born. It's sitting in his room right now. It's fucking.
I need to see that.
I'll go get it. It's fucking jet black and it's signed by him and Ozzy.
I need to see that.
I mean, dude, I have nothing but love for Zach Wilde, so I am not by any means shitting on him. I mean, Zach is a friend. Zach is a friend that his phone number's in my phone, and
Let's call him right now.
No, let's not.
Let's do it.
Yeah, let's not.
Let's call Zach Wilde.
You know what? That would end my friendship with Zach.
Zach Wilde, you're live on the Classic Metal Show.
Yeah, he'd be like, "Goodbye, fuck," And that would be
why? Because he hasn't done shit like that in the past.
He's not that guy, dude. I'm telling you, he's not that guy.
Oh, what guy? To fucking talk on the phone in front of 10 people, or just you and I?
No, but I'm telling you, he's not surprise guy. He's not.
That's a dickhead thing.
He's not that guy.
I just called Zach Wild a dickhead, and I'm gonna meet him, and he's fucking. I can't wait to meet him, and I love his guitar playing. But dude, it's not surprise. It's just, why are you fucking waking me up? Like, you're on the radio, we're drunk. God damn it, call me tomorrow. Like,
yeah, but he's not that guy, dude. Why would I fuck with that relationship of that guy with me? Why would I fuck
with
that
it
up?
What's wrong? Calling him. Go, what's up, dude? Hope you're doing good.
Yeah, well,
it's just also, to me, being like half in the bag. It's also
yeah,
cool
exactly.
to me that you have.
Yeah, it's great when you're half drunk, but dude, there's a reason that I don't do certain.
There we go.
things.
MO. Remember when he just drunkenly called into the CMS 7 years ago?
Yeah, I remember.
And Nathan just called me out. There's 14 of us, not 10. Amy, not next subject. Fuck you. We're still talking.
All right. Okay, Amy.
Anyways, no, dude, I think Zach has a signature sound. But anyways, back to
I don't think that he doesn't have a signature sound. What I'm saying is that his signature sound is built off of the backs of other guitarists.
Every guitar player has.
No, incorrect.
Yes, no.
Dimebag's not.
Name it.
Whose sound is Dimebag built off of?
Eddie Van Halen.
No. Absolutely
Jimmy Page.
Absolutely not. You do.
Are you insane?
No, you're insane.
No,
You're,
and you don't
so
know.
wait a minute.
I'm talking from a musician's standpoint
And
to
I'm
know where
talk-
influences come
and
from.
Okay. So what you're telling me is that when you listen to Dimebag play the fucking solo or the intro on Cowboys from Hell, that you're thinking, well, Eddie Van Halen did that on fucking whatever song? You don't.
Yes, you do.
You do not.
Yes, you do.
That's a fucking gay musician thing then.
Well, then that's why you don't play. Those
guess.
who can do, those who can't sit on the fucking internet radio drinking wine at fucking 2 o'clock in the morning.
First of all, I can play guitar.
Yeah, sure you can't.
I can.
Oh, really? Let's go. You go get your right-handed guitar and play. And I'm a lefty, and I will outplay you.
I'm a lefty too.
Well, then fucking I'll smoke you.
You will
and I'm
smoke
not
me.
good.
I'm not good either.
You fuck. Ass.
But I can play.
Well,
I can play a little bit.
so back to the Dime story.
All right.
So apparently, I'm surprised you don't know this because you know way more than I do. I mean, all kidding aside, he apparently, like, one of the stories they told was the Guitar World dudes, like, he did a in-store at a Guitar Center.
Okay.
And this kid and his dad come up, and they were huge fans, and they got an autograph and stuff. And
Sure.
the dad said, "Hey man, like, my kid loves Pantera. He loves
Right.
like everything. He's like, my kid's trying to learn guitar, and he goes, I'm saving up money to buy him a guitar. He's like, we've lost my job, all this kind of this, that, and the other has happened
Sure.
to me, but I'm saving up. This means a lot to my son. Thank you for being so cool to him. I'm gonna buy him a guitar if I can afford it for Christmas."
Right.
And Dime apparently pulls over the store manager. Excuse me, and he's like, "Hey man, have those guys stick around." And Dimebag had the dad, the dad and the kid stuck around.
Right.
And apparently what he did was he pulled him aside, and he calls the Guitar Center manager over. He says, "Hey man, get a good starter guitar over here." Dime paid for it out of his pocket and gave it to the dad. Said, "Hey man, here you go. Here's your guitar you wanted to get for the kid for Christmas."
See, that's cool.
And he looked at the kid and the dad. He's like, "Hey man, just practice, man. Just play this thing.
Sure.
Whatever you do, play it." But Dime bought this fucking dad his kid's Christmas present. I mean, in stories like that, that's and as much as we like rip on each other right now about Dime and Zach and everything, the thing what I love about Dime, he was a genuine fucking person.
Oh, he was, dude.
And
He was
his
the
sound
best.
really is so identifiable, and his like heart and soul comes out in the playing. And again, this is a faggy musician thing, like you just said.
Right.
But dude, you can hear when dudes really get it, man. And it's
sure.
he was fucking ridiculous, man.
Dude, I mean, I hung out with those guys any number of times, backstage, at shows, at fucking restaurants, etc.
Hold on
Go
one
ahead.
second. Nathan from Kentucky says this argument's going to end in a sloppy gay kiss. Actually, Nathan, if you knew me, it wouldn't end in a sloppy gay kiss. It's going to end up with me cranking up my 1,000-watt stereo at home on the Blu-ray, fucking putting in Dimebag and jumping around drunk at 6 in the morning going, yeah, Dimebag's great. Like, waking up my brother next door. But anyways, go ahead.
No, the thing with Dime is that if and when you got to know him, and I hung out with him in every scenario, everything, I mean, every scenario that a fucking journalist / friend would have the opportunity to do with those guys, whether it was fucking going to Denny's at 2 in the morning and fucking having some food, or, you know, riding with them on the bus. I mean, I rode with them on the bus a couple of times, you know, all over the fucking city. Those guys were so fucking silly that they used to just ride around town and yell at people out the windows because they were fucking silly, dude. They were fucking goofballs, and they would just drive around Cleveland, and they'd see people walking, and they'd be like, "Hey, bitch, what are you doing?" You know, I mean, they were just fucking silly. And, you know, every time you would ride around with Dimebag, and I mean, this is after playing a gig and fucking, you know, they're wearing sweats and fucking hanging out and, you know, don't give a fuck at that point. Dimebag's always got a guitar within his reach, if it's not in his hands. That was that guy, dude. He lived to play guitar.
And it's so fucking cool about, you know.
It was, dude. And I mean, just, there's so many crazy stories with those guys. And I mean, I love those guys to death. As far as my personal relationships, it's one of those things that I hate. I mean, I hate for many reasons. Dimebag getting killed, obviously, but I hate the fact that I don't have those guys
as a
coming
unit
to town
yeah.
anymore every 2 years or whatever, because it's like that was always such a fun time for me, you know, and in some level it was still fun when Philip would come with Down and whatnot, but it's not the same. It's just not the. There was such an energy around all of them, and it's not there anymore. And it's like, fuck. I think for a guy like me that actually knew those guys, that's what I miss. Is I miss seeing that fucking energy and that just fun. I mean, Pantera was a serious band if you listen to their lyrics. But when you got off stage, away from fucking being on stage, they were not a serious band. They were a very fun, let's fucking party band, and you know
they had that vibe, like Dime's influences and shit. Like they always talk about Van Halen and all those fucking insane, like, you know, Kiss and all that shit. They were into that stuff, man.
But it's such an odd dichotomy when you listen to their music. Their music is so mean and vicious, especially later in their career. Great Southern Trendkill, especially.
Oh, Jesus.
Everything's so fucking hateful. And meanwhile, they'd roll into town and be like, "Hey, what's up, brother? Get up on the speaker and fucking kick me in the chest." You know, I mean that was on Damage Plan, and that record is so fucking dark and ugly. And meanwhile, they
not a good record.
No, it's not. But they were so fun, you know. And you know, here,
dude, we talked earlier. The one time I met them was just, I mean, I got it, you know, and it hit me home, like I said, because my buddy Don, you know, he. And by the way, this fucking chat room keeps booting me. This is really fucking a bunch of bullshit. But anyway, dude, I mean, the one time I met him, you know, was at that fucking the in-store that you did for the live record, 101 Proof. And dude, it was Vinnie first, and then Dime, and then Rex, and then Phil. And you know, I you could just tell. It was like it hits home for me with Dimebag because his personality is so much like Don's.
Right.
Where it's like, it's just, you instantly like him. You know he's a good person. He's got good heart. I mean, and Vinny's the same way, man. I mean, and, you know, I always remember, like, I got the magazine on the Music's Bottom Line. It says, you know, with the band signature and stuff. And, you know, and I told him, I was like, hey, man, I'm playing a band, and you guys are a huge influence on us. We really love your stuff. Like, we jam all the time. Sure. And, you know, Vinny's like, thanks, bro. You know, good handshake and stuff. But Dime, to the time he stood up and gave me a bro, he's like, thanks, man, that's really fucking cool. Like, you know,
right.
And I think, you know, anybody, you know, Dime obviously getting shot, like, hits everybody in metal. Like, it's so sad, but it's like, I think anybody that ever met him, even just one time, would get that vibe off of him. That's why it's very tragic. But like I say, back to the point of the watching the videos, dude. When I December 8th, I throw up a party, I get fucking drunk, and I listen to heavy shit, and I just rock, dude. Like, because that's what time we want. Yeah. Time to want nobody crying and being sad and down. Like, no, man, fucking, like I said, get your pull, man. Hit it hard, hit it long, dude.
And I honestly think
Fucking
that
A.
the best thing that they did with his funeral was actually putting him in the grave in a kiss casket.
Yeah.
Because that's so fucking over the top silly.
Yeah.
That is exactly what that guy would have wanted.
Dude, it's perfect. He got buried in a kiss casket with Eddie Van Halen's guitar.
I know, that's
from Van Halen too.
I mean that's like the shit that's everything he would have wanted.
Yeah.
In a strange, morbid way, and it's just cool, man.
It's not strange and ain't morbid. That's how it should be.
It is morbid, dude. I mean, it's morbid that we lost that guy. That guy was fucking 40.
Headbangers, show your allegiance to the Classic Metal Show. Score the latest killer gear and apparel. Find your next metal shirt now at https://classicmetalshow.creator-spring.com. So classicmetalshow.creator-spring.com, that dash being like a minus. Shop and support the show now.
That's fucked up.
What's fucked up how it happened, but
No, it's fucked up that he died, man. I mean, that's a guy that we should have been hearing fucking shitty records from and still enjoying.
you know what pisses me off? And since you have seen Dime Vision, the music in the back that they do in like the cutscenes and everything was like unreleased Damage Plan and solo stuff from him. Mm-hmm. Holy Christ, did we miss out on some shit?
Yeah, well,
oh my God.
I think at some point you're probably gonna get that second Damage Plan record. They're gonna.
Yeah, I hope so.
They're gonna end up re-recording it with some.
Again,
they're gonna
just did.
They're gonna end up fucking re-recording it with some new singer and.
Boy, how about the fact that Pat Lachman turned out to be a fucking dick? What is that about?
You know, he was a fucking influential guitar player for Halford that nobody remembers.
Dude, that's so fucked.
Yeah, well.
Nobody's influential around Halford except for fucking Halford.
Right, of course.
Excuse me.
I'm kidding.
He's Rob goddamn Halford.
I'm kidding,
I know
dude.
you're kidding, but I'm just saying, like, I hope that's not what that guy thinks because fucking there's Halford and then fuck you.
Yeah, exactly.
Literally.
Exactly.
I mean, Jesus, man. But yeah, I mean, back to like the Dime thing, man. Like, he was so good about everything. I mean, he was just one of those people, and like, that Guitar Center Memorial issue, they have all sorts of stories about it, and he was just generous. And again, like I told you about Eddie Van Halen earlier, he wasn't a rock star. He's just a fucking musician.
Sure.
And like you said, he lived to fucking play guitar.
Yeah.
And I love that. And that's why I wonder about like the Pantera reunion. Everyone always brings it up, like, would you do it with Zach? And it's like,
I think they should, but you know why I think they should? Because I honestly think that for fans and even a guy like me, I mean, I love Pantera. Obviously, one of my favorites ever.
Yeah,
and,
me too.
And that being said, there was no closure to the end of Pantera, and I mean, even before Dimebag died, there was no closure. There was no. I mean, they were.
There's
out
a lot of venom and hate and shit with the Damage Plan,
I mean,
and Phil crapping on them,
and truthfully, they did a fucking shitty tour. That last tour that they did for Reinventing the Steel, when it was them and Death and Slayer and
dude, how about this?
That tour
if you
sucked.
want proof of how great Pantera was, they smoked Slayer.
No, they didn't.
Oh, yes, they did.
Not here.
Fuck you, I saw it.
I saw it too.
They blew Slayer off the stage. Yes,
Crazy.
they did. You are insane.
Crazy.
You're insane.
You're not a Slayer fan.
I am a Slayer fan, and Pantera beat their ass.
No way.
And
at the CSU.
Yeah.
You're crazy.
Oh, please.
Crazy.
Please.
Crazy. No one wanted. I mean, people loved Pantera, but everybody was chanting. The whole room went dark on fucking Static X chanting for Slayer.
Static X was the opening band, you idiot.
No, I know. No, Death was the opening band, you idiot. Then Static X, then Slayer,
that's an
then
opening
Pantera.
band. Does anybody give a shit? By the way, you're gay for knowing the opening bands of that.
I remember that tour well, and I remember how much people loved fucking
Yeah,
Slayer.
And Pantera went out and beat their ass.
No, they didn't. It was
Yes,
that was
did.
not a good show from Pantera.
Yeah,
Well,
and even them not on a good show, they beat Slayer's ass.
I don't know about all that.
I guarantee you they did.
I don't know. I don't agree, but whatever.
I agree.
I disagree.
Well, you're a fuckhead.
All right, let's play another band that fucking. Let's play some music because my throat's fucking drying up.
Oh no! How about we not play here? Since you got a singer on the show, and I can keep going for hours without anything. There you go.
We're playing tunes because I'm in fucking charge of this shit.
By the way, MOR has told us that the opener was Morbid Angel for that show.
Yeah, he's right, not deaf.
Yeah.
Whatever. Same shitty band.
It doesn't matter, dude. The fact that Pantera could out heavy Slayer.
Pantera was a great band, dude. I'm not gonna argue that point.
I always love that. Slayer's
argue
like
that point.
the heaviest fucking thing you can imagine, and Pantera musically wasn't as heavy, but you get them live and they fucking butt raped Slayer.
Oh, that's a bit of a stretch.
Fuck, no, it's not. Dude.
Slayer brings it every time.
Yeah,
dude.
and Pantera beat him.
I'm not going to argue that Pantera was not fucking a better live band. I'm just saying I don't know about that particular show. And again, I've seen so many fucking Pantera shows.
So you might know better than me, but dude,
You know,
that was
not a good Pantera show.
I thought it was great.
I mean, it was okay, but it was in the scope of Pantera.
MOL, yes. Static X should not have played over Morbid Angel. Thank you. And I'm not a Morbid Angel
I agree
fan,
with
but
that.
yeah, when I was there and I saw that, I'm like, what the fuck is this?
The best Pantera ever was fucking either the end of the Vulgar Display of Power tour when they were playing with Skid Row, or the next tour when they were doing the tour I saw, which probably the best I ever saw Pantera was 94 or 5, I don't remember what year, but it was them with Biohazard and Sepultura at fucking
What a great show
Oh
that
my
had to have been.
God.
Jesus Christ.
I mean, and Sepultura was on they were on like Roots.
yeah.
And
Which is
Biohazard
not a good record, by the way.
and Biohazard was on Urban Discipline, which was a good record.
Yeah, dude. Punishment for all our
Oh
sins.
my
Come
God.
on, dude.
And Pantera was on
it was
was
it
on
would have been
Far Beyond Driven.
yeah, Far Beyond Driven.
and oh my God, was that was a show. I mean, Pantera just punished. It was. I mean, I was in that mosh pit the whole time.
How'd you not end up in like a fucking wheelchair from that,
Dude.
Because when you start out with fucking Biohazard,
Oh.
you're getting your ass whooped, and then Sepultura comes up,
Dude,
and then Pantera.
I almost did, dude. Some guy came diving off the stage and hit me right on top of my head and like crunched my neck, and I couldn't turn my head for like half of the show because the guy hit me the wrong way on top of my head. But I wouldn't even come out of the mosh pit. I was just like, fuck it, I'll just keep going straight ahead so I don't have to fucking stop. And I just kept right on moshing. And I mean, that for me, that was the show because it was the only time I ever saw him play Use My Third Arm, which I love. And
I got it live on my laptop, dude. I got it live.
it was the only tour that they ever played it, I believe.
Yeah,
and
I got a show like I told you, like a 2-disc show from the fucking
I mean,
Vulgar or not Vulgar,
Far Beyond Driven.
Thank you, Far Beyond Driven
Yeah.
tour. Yeah,
I mean, it was just so good, and they were playing, Throes of Rejection. They played live,
Yeah.
which is another one I only heard that on that tour, and I mean, it was, and I like those songs. Those are my tunes. I like the stuff that's not necessarily the biggest hits. I like stuff like what's the song? You're No Good for No One, and from Vulgar.
No good
Yeah.
for no one.
I
yeah.
love that kind of stuff.
Yep.
And when they actually broke it out live, I was like, oh!
You gotta cue that up because if we're gonna take a piss
Yeah.
and fill up our drinks, just dude, since we're on this buzz, man, fucking hook up some Pantera. Play
All
the
right, well,
heavy.
I'm going to play at least one Testament tune just because that's what in, but I could certainly scrap out Creator and Sacred Reich with some more Pantera.
Oh,
so.
fucking A, man.
Well,
so Testament, you picked out Dogface Gods?
Yeah, I love
All
that
right.
tune. It's heavy as fuck, and
Dude.
I'll mix some Pantera in around that.
That was actually the song that was the genesis of the Demonic record.
Yeah.
There you go. Because everybody went nuts for the death metal vocals of Chuck Billy on that particular song, so then they recorded Demonic, which was the first record with Gene Hoglan, the Atomic Clock.
And the only shitty record they ever did.
There was a couple cool songs.
There's a couple cool, but I hate the vocals.
Yeah, there's no melody. I mean, that's why The Gathering is like The Gathering and Low are my two favorite fucking records.
I love them, dude.
Dude, Pantera Pan Testament is fucking. There's a band that like even their bad records have been good.
Well, I mean, they've
been solid. Like every time you buy a Testament record,
you know you're getting something good. Yeah. I mean their two worst records as far as I'm concerned would be fucking Demonic and Electric Crown. And
which one was Electric Crown on? Electric Crown's a song. That was
or The Crown or whatever it was, or
The Legacy. The Legacy was the first one. The Ritual. Thank you. Okay.
The Ritual.
Yeah.
And that album was kind of weak, and Demonic was a little over the top for me. But
well, they like I said, if you look at the interviews, they took Dogface Gods, and they listened to
they listened to it and they liked the press.
And everyone's like, oh, I love the death metal vocals and stuff, and fucking they did a whole record of it.
Sure.
It was heavy as balls.
It's great, though. I love it.
You know that Gatlin opened for them, right? We opened
Testament?
Yeah, at Ron's Crossroads.
Oh my God!
On the Low tour.
On the Low tour.
Yeah. We fucking opened for Testament, and it was one of only I think 3 or 4 shows we did with the Forget Forever lineup. It was right before Mikey joined the band.
Okay.
It was this dude, Nick, who was friends with Warren, but we played Crossroads. We got booked. We opened for fucking Testament on the Low tour with Gatlin. We at Ron's Crossroads out in fucking Akron.
No ballads that night.
Dude, I tell you what, like I was like, I'm a bigger Testament fan now than I was then.
Sure.
But Jesus, man, when they hit, I mean, and you see a band like that in a club that small.
Sure.
I mean, I thought my face, I thought I was going to get like faciocranial fractures. Like, seriously. I thought I was going to leave with like a broken face. It was, they turned that fucking PA up, and you remember the stage, like they have a wall of speakers on either side of the stage. It was heavy as a goddamn motherfucker.
I
and
love
the pit that opened up, and in this tiny club, I've never seen anything heavier in my life. I will never see a heavier show than
awesome.
Testament on the Low tour, and I opened for him.
Nice.
And fucking, I met Chuck Billy in the bathroom.
And you look straight up in the air to see his fucking head.
Dude.
He's a big boy.
I never knew it, because when you look at pictures, you're thinking, okay, he's a normal dude. And when I met Anthrax, they're like about up to my nose, and I'm only 5'10". They're short dudes. Man, Chuck Billy, that guy's like a fucking grizzly
he's
bear.
He's like 6'8".
Oh, he's a fucking grizzly
bear.
He is
a beast. Dude, I remember the first time I met him, I'm looking straight up at him, and he fucking shook my arm. Not even my hand. He like grabbed my hand at like the wrist.
Yep.
And he's like, he's shaking my goddamn arm.
Best voice in metal, period. To
he's
me,
great. I love him.
I will never forget when I took Steph to see that 20th anniversary of Rest in Peace show in Indianapolis when it was Exodus. I'll let you get a break in a second. Exodus and then Testament. They played the entire Legacy record, and then Megadeth did the Rest in Peace record. But anyway, I told Steph, I'm like, you got to hear this guy fucking sing. Trust me. And dude, we were in the upper. It was, imagine a place lined out like the Agora.
Right.
We were a few rows back in the upper deck, and when he would go down to his, like, yeah, I'm singing, go, whoa.
Right.
I mean, it drowned out everything.
Oh, I know. He's a beast.
And Steph looked at me the first time he did it. She went, holy shit. I'm like, I told you, this fucking guy is the all-time.
He's a beast, man.
Yeah,
I love him.
Dude, me too. So anyways, let's put on some music. Let's take a break. We're going to take a piss. Chris is going to get some sort of liquid from for his throat, which is, not going to come from me, but I'm sure there's a dude waiting in the wings to give it to him.
Thanks.
The ultimate hub for metal talk is classicmetalshow.locals.com. Get free episodes, social commentary, and VIP exclusive content. It's our online home. That's classicmetalshow.locals.com.